Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode. Geez, I'm just banging stuff around here. Episode 44 of Mirrorless Minutes. Got Mike Banning tuning in, or calling in, or dialing in, or whatever the hell we do nowadays to make a show happen from Puerto Rico.
Live from San Juan.
Live from San Juan, baby.
You can never tell. Like, if you look at my, I was hoping I could show you the ocean and everything, but so much for that. It's dark.
It's dark.
So what episode is this?
44.
So we should have had the last episode should have been your birthday one.
43. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Well, happy birthday. I get to say that first to everybody. It's Jamie's birthday today. You should have been wearing one of those caps, you know.
Yeah, what, the birthday boy cap?
Yeah.
Like the little cone one?
Yeah.
No. So it's pretty amazing. You're down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You have like ridiculously good bandwidth down there.
3 times better than at home,
which is insane. I mean, you live in just outside of a major metropolitan area, and you're on an island that is, I'm not going to, it's miles away. Right. I mean, is it first world? I've never been to Puerto Rico. I know very little about it. Okay.
It's definitely like America.
At least where you're at, it is for sure.
In San Juan. You start to get outside, it's a little different.
Sure.
It's a little different. Like I was telling you, the roads are, I don't know how much they pay attention to any like laws on the road.
Right. Yeah. It's
I'm glad I'm not driving. Let's say that.
The laws of Mad Max. You know, if you can handle that, then you can drive in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
San Juan.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
So, let's just kind of jump right into the fact that you're in Puerto Rico. And everybody knows that we shoot Olympus, we shoot light, we travel light when we can. And what do you bring to Puerto Rico? Yeah,
that's a great question. Good segue. So here I will show. We've got the Pen F, obviously. Got to carry the Pen F just because it has so many options. But Pen F, right now I've got the 12 millimeter on there. And let's see, what else did I bring? 17.
Nice.
And the 9 millimeter
body cap. There you go.
Fisheye, and that's it. That's
so
it.
Really,
and I should say the me photo.
That's the smallest one they make too, right?
Yeah, okay. that sure is. That's the day trip one.
Day trip. Okay.
If I can show you, I've got this real nondescript, that Tenba bag.
Oh yeah.
It's just you can roll it up, pack it up, and that's the best way to go, especially in this town, because there's there's some rougher areas when you're shooting street in San Juan.
Sure. Oh yeah.
There's just you don't want to look like you're carrying an expensive camera.
Mike's not going to be carrying his leather product.
No, I'm not.
So really quickly though, when you held up the Pen F, I'm a big nerd about. I don't have mine's in downstairs. The third-party shutter release buttons. What do you have on yours? It looks different than what I'm used to seeing. So it caught my eye.
Actually, this is a silver one. I changed to silver for this trip. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I said I'm going on a new trip. I'm trying on a different color button. That's a silver one. I usually have that Artisan Obscura one, the wood one on there.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I said, I'm going to switch it up for this one. So actually, this silver one would probably go real good with that silver body Pen F.
Yeah.
I know you want the silver body one when you get the regular one in instead of the samples.
Right.
But, and then, of course, the barber strap wrist strap that I have, the barber shop one that we picked up in New York last year. That's a great wrist strap. My wrist will break before they get my camera, I think.
Right. Yeah.
That one.
Well, isn't that how it works? Usually they'll cut off a finger or a digit or something.
Yeah. Real nice.
They'll send the strap in your hand.
Yeah. I can't wait to get into the streets tomorrow.
So that button, just quickly, the ones that I've been using, I lose them all. I've lost every one. So I've had to order another set, does that one stay on a little bit better? It looks like it sits higher. So,
and it does. I wish I would have had more info on this one. I can tell you this is an Amazon one though.
Okay.
Because it's with one of the 11 that I've purchased. Okay. I might exaggerate a little, but I bet you it's 9.
Yeah. Right.
You say that you've lost them.
Yeah.
I definitely have lost them.
You've made it an art.
For some reason, I can get this one to jam in there a little tighter. I don't know what it is, but it's tough keeping those suckers on.
Right. I think when I get my production version of the Pen F, I'm going to Loctite it in.
That's what
I'll never lose it. So I better pick the one that I really freaking like a lot, and then it just stays in forever.
Yeah, yeah, because it really helps. I mean, I can't.
Yes, it does. Oh yeah.
As soon as I lose it, this is because I've had this happen so much. All of a sudden, I'm shooting and I'm missing. I'm going, what the heck?
Oh yeah.
You really get used to that button, and I put that on both of my old film cameras. I've put a button on both of them because they have the hole there too as well.
Right. So I know whenever I've let somebody use the Pen F, when I've got the shutter release button on it, the first thing that happens is they fire at least 1 or 2 shots completely by accident.
Oh yeah.
They're like, holy cow, like it doesn't take anything to shoot. Like,
yeah, when you put that on, and that's the other way for that other one you use on your, don't you use it on your EM1?
Yeah, actually I've got the EM1 right here, and I've got, that's just one of the ones that just has the adhesive base on it, but still it makes just triggering the shutter just barely a touch.
Oh, I agree, because I've used your camera. I think I used your camera in New York, and it was like, whoa, geez.
Yeah.
It's quick if you're not ready to take that shot, for sure. So what else is happening besides a big birthday?
Yeah, right.
You're older.
Yeah, it's funny that I don't know, somebody mentioned it. I don't remember if it was on Twitter or Facebook that I'm 43 and I shoot micro 4/3.
Oh so, yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh, we really should have held.
Well, we were one show off. I should have lied on the show and just titled it "Show 43" and
43B. That's
right.
It.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
second version of 43. There's the name of the show. 43 or 44. So wow.
So another thing to talk about, I guess, too, while we're there's no segue for this, so sorry. I don't know what I was even trying to do there, but
yeah.
We have one spot left on the Philly workshop.
Yeah.
I know that there's a person who comes to a lot of our events, actually has traveled all the way across the country to an event that I was a part of. Bob Panic is looking at taking that spot. So if you were considering it and you want to preempt Bob,
he'll like to hear
then you
that.
should sign up now. I'm trying to get a little friendly competition going there to fill that last spot. We might as well fill the workshop up, and it'll be a blast.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, we're only, 16th and 17th of July. So
yeah, it's close.
Just outside a month away.
Yes.
We've had this plan for so long. It's really hard to believe. And then, so I know that the town should be interesting too, because they're going to be setting up after we leave. The week after we leave is the Democratic convention.
Yes, holy
cow.
The
presidential. So I'm sure the town's going to be
insane,
cleaned up and ready to roll. So it should be pretty nice.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. And while we're talking about Philly, it'd probably be a cool time to say hi to our very sweet friend Victoria. Victoria is a little under the weather right now, but she's like our hostess in Philly. She's our inside girl there. So we're thinking about you, Vicky, and we'll see you soon. Before you know it.
Definitely. Hope you're feeling better soon. Yeah, she knows where all the great cheesesteaks are and pretzels.
Oh my gosh!
She knows everything.
And I'm just gonna put this out there. I've been to Philly before a couple of times, and I've never had a Philly cheesesteak. I think we need to remedy that, just so I can at least say I've done it.
Absolutely. And from the street too. Like when we were walking in New York, you had to have a hot dog from the street.
Yes, without a doubt. Yeah,
for sure. So, and then, coming up, if we're talking about that, we've got, obviously there's other spots, but out of Chicago.
Without a doubt. Yeah, that's huge.
Let's see, what is today's date? 8th. We'll be there in 15 days.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
We better get started on our stuff.
Do you think?
Chris will be happy to hear that.
Yeah. Shh, don't anybody tell Chris Smith.
Yeah.
We're getting off of the air tonight, and we're immediately starting on presentations.
I know I am on the plane, actually, on the way back. That's what I have done.
I've at least got mine outlined in a journal and started to storyboard it out. But it's kind of hard to put into words in a way, like on a presentation format, something that comes from inside, here and here, to translate that into verbiage that everybody can, write down on a piece of paper, while they're attending a class. But I think I've got it figured out.
Yeah, exactly. And because we really want it to be a hands-on for sure. I mean, everybody's going to have their cameras in front of them. We're going into the menus. We're going to really hit that live composite hard. But more than that is we got to get out in the streets and shoot.
Yeah, that's going to be
we want to do classroom with that. This is our Thursday class, our long class, 4 or 5 hours. But we want most of that be out shooting.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to explain without darkness and light.
Yeah. You can get the principle down and just get kind of everybody set up with the basic settings, and that way, once you're out on the street, you have to put it into practice, and you can't do that in a classroom really. So it's going to be fun.
And once you do, you're going to find yourself hooked to hit every night street corner and that you can get something, hooked up to. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So what do you have to share tonight? What's your
share tonight? Well, I've got photos to share, but I wanted to touch on just one news story that kind of came in.
Yeah.
Today was one of those days where I was like completely disconnected from the internet almost the entire day. I was like swamped at work, so I didn't get time to look at anything. But one of the things that I did see come across on Petapixel was the latest update to Adobe, both to their Camera Raw app and Lightroom. They have this new, it's like a perspective correction. Like I think they're calling it their guided upright tool.
Right.
So if you've ever used Lightroom to straighten out a horizon, you get this grid and it helps you align the horizon to get it straightened out. And they've got like a built-in automatic perspective correction tool, So if you're shooting with a wide angle lens at a building, a lot of times the buildings look like they're falling away from the camera. Actually, if I do it to this camera, it'd be like, there we go. So it looks like they're falling away. So they've got an automatic tool that'll take care of that, but it does a good job, but it's not perfect. If you're somebody who's really serious about landscape architecture, architecture or, landscapes with a lot of vertical elements, and you don't have the huge dollars for a tilt shift lens, or in the case of what we're shooting, there's not a tilt shift option available, then you're going to want to use the tools like in Lightroom or Photoshop. And like I said, it works pretty good. But if there's not a whole lot of, prominent vertical elements, you're stuck doing it by hand and without any sort of a vertical guide. It's damn near impossible. Well, now they've got a tool built right in that will allow you to correct those vertical perspectives. I haven't used it yet. I haven't had time to update my Lightroom yet, but I'm going to update it.
I didn't see it. I don't know if I saw it on Petapixel or DP review, but did it have that little video there that Juliana Cost explains how it works?
I'm on Petapixel right now, and I don't see. Yeah, there is a video, and I don't know if it's hers. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is her. Yep.
Yeah, because I started to watch that just for a minute, so it does look really sharp, and of course she knows how to use it.
Yeah, she knows way more about Photoshop than any living human being should be capable of knowing, which is awesome. So but that's just kind of the news item that I wanted to share. Is that I saw that and I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah. Especially coming up out of Chicago, everybody that shoots there, you've got that up and down everywhere.
That's why I'm excited for it too, because I've got a lot of shots from last year that I spent a decent amount of time correcting the perspective.
Right.
So aside from that, I really don't have a lot to talk about other than like an image share and or image shares. Yeah, and I can some of the image share the images that I have to share will kind of give me a topic to talk about too.
Yeah, I agree. I think they will, because I'm sure you got something from the photo walk.
Yep, that's exactly right. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? How do you want?
You go ahead first. It's your birthday.
All right. So I'll fire this sucker up. All right. So this first one was not from our workshop on Sunday, although, it was on Sunday. So I didn't leave the workshop. I left the workshop hoping to get shots like this, but I never caught up with the weather in time to be able to get any shots like this. I just got a crap load of rain, but this was actually just shot like the very next day on my drive home from work. There were storm systems that were popping up a lot further north from me, but these little ones started to pop up along my drive home, and decided to stop and shoot them. And this is a little different way of doing it. I didn't have a really wide angle lens. I had the Pen F with me. And originally in that bag that I was carrying the Pen F in, I had the 8mm fisheye, and I had taken it out of that bag and put it into the bag I took to the workshop. So I was left with no ultra wide or wide angle. I just had the 17mm, which wide-ish, but I wouldn't consider it like a really wide lens. And then I had the 45 1.8. But the thing with shooting something like this, the clouds, granted that they're big, they're far away. And if you want them to stand out in the scene, if you're shooting with a wide or ultra wide, those clouds are going to look small off in the distance. So it was actually good that I had the 45 1.8 on. It allowed me to have those like brought in closer because of the focal length. So what I ended up doing was a pano. And I think that if I'm not mistaken, this is 9 shots. And I did it all in the portrait orientation. And like I said, I'm glad that I had the 45 because it keeps the clouds large in the scene, because to me that was, the driver for even shooting this was the
that's awesome.
And this, I guess I can talk to this a little bit as far as the processing goes. This is kind of what I'm going to be going over and showing people in my class out of Chicago. I'm doing one called The Art of the Dramatic Landscape, because as beautiful as this was in person, it wasn't as dramatic as this, So obviously you can tell that there's been work done to this. So I'll go over some of the techniques involved with that and out of Chicago. The next shot, though, is from the day before, and this is our group. I think I see you right there pointing up at something. And I don't have a picture of what everybody's shooting at, but maybe you do.
Yes, I do.
All right, good. So this is basically our group at the photo walk, and I think everybody's there. We might be missing maybe one person in there. That were brave enough to say, screw it. I don't care if it's raining and storming or whatever. I'm coming out and I want to get out in nature and do some shooting. And it turned out to not be a bad day at all. I was pretty happy with everything that we got to see and shoot. We only had to abandon our mission temporarily for about 15 minutes or so as one big blob of rain and thunder and lightning rolled through. And then once that was done, we headed out and ventured to this point at Kensington Metro Park. And hunted down a family of pileated woodpeckers. And I've mentioned those probably before, either on this show or on my vlog. It's the largest woodpecker in North America. It's what Woody Woodpecker was basically based on. It's a really big woodpecker. So what everybody in this scene is shooting, as you know, Mike, is that we found where they were nesting in a hole in a tree, and the babies had their heads sticking out of the hole. It was super cool because we got to watch the parents come in and feed them. It's just a really neat thing because it's not really a common bird for people to see. So I think everybody was kind of stoked to see that.
Yeah. And I'm going to say something. I'll probably upset your picture sharing, but look underneath Dave's arm here. Look at Debbie in the bag.
Yes.
I mean, that tells you the kind of rain we were getting.
Right. I mean, yeah, she was prepared for what was going on. Right. Yep. So the next shot that I've got, I arrived early before everybody else. And believe it or not, before I was there, Bob Panic had been there already for like an hour anyways. He was there like 2-3 hours early. So this was about an hour before the event started. And we were standing on this boardwalk shooting herons and other birds that are nesting in these trees. And I just happened to turn around just as I saw some sandhill cranes flying in. And this is not a crop. This is straight out of the camera with the 300 f4 with the teleconverter on. I had literally enough time to say, holy crap, pull the lens up and fire off 3 shots, 2 of which were just like this as far as sharpness goes. The third one was out of focus. And I didn't have focus tracking or anything on. It was just, I got lucky, I think, because I mean, good Lord, they're coming in hot. They were flying fast. But this photo is stupid sharp. I wish to God I could show everybody this on their own screen at home. This crane right here, his eyes are so sharp. It's just insane. That 300 millimeter is ridiculous. I know it's an expensive lens, but man, if you want to shoot wildlife, you owe it to yourself to look at that lens. Yeah. The next shot is some great blue herons. These birds are far away. I don't know if you went out on the boardwalk that day, but the island that they're nesting out on, they're a ways out there. This is a very, very small crop. I hardly took anything out of the picture. Maybe the lower, like not even an eighth of the picture down at the bottom of the frame there, because there were other birds in the shot that I didn't want in that shot. They kind of ruined the scene. But other than that, this is how it came out of the camera. Again, ridiculously sharp. I mean, you can make out individual hairs on the chest of the birds. And this was just a beautiful scene because it was cloudy with these very brief breaks in the clouds. And we had warm morning light, and it just started to light up these herons. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just incredible. Like, I feel like Jay Dickman or something. Like I'm seeing something like, and it's not really an uncommon bird, but very, very cool scene to shoot. And again, the 300 millimeter just, it's something else. I mean, it has so much, it allows so much detail in the shots. It's just incredible. Another one, didn't even see this coming until they flew right over the top of us. They came in from behind us, and this is a mute swan coming in for a landing, and I got it just as its feet hit the water. It's kind of hard to see it. You probably couldn't see it on the screen share, but the water's kicking up right there. But again, tack sharp and focus. I don't understand how I have nailed so many shots so good with this lens, but it's just incredible. And again, this bird was so far away. And the last one is just while everybody was taking pictures of the woodpeckers when they were still on the ground before you guys had come up to where we were at looking for the nest, I turned and saw this doe just walking through the weeds, and it was looking around. It didn't even pay any attention to me. And if you want to get a deer to look at you, all you have to do is go psh, real loud. That's a sound that they make. They blow out of their nose when they're trying to alert other deer. And I did that. She turned and stopped, poked her ears up, and looked straight at me. And I fired off a couple of shots.
Yeah, Dave was doing that like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's a hunter, so he knows. He knows. I know. I learned it from him.
He's the deer whisperer. So I told him, because he was making all kinds of crazy noise. They
stomping his feet and making the noises. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were following him around. That 300, that thing, it's like the 75 prime.
It is. Sharp. It's that sharp. Oh, my God. Yeah, it is without a doubt. Like I said, I literally get goosebumps on my arms. I'm so excited about how good that lens is. It's insane.
Yeah, I can imagine that is definitely one. Let's see. I'll go into mine. Let's see here now. Let's see. Do you got a bridge there? Belle Isle Bridge?
Sure do.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, it's actually sunset.
Yeah, I guess it would be the other way for sunset.
Yeah. But so again, as I've probably shared it many times when doing the slow roll here in Detroit, I'm trying to perfect my shooting on a bike. Not always the easiest thing, probably not even the smartest thing actually to do. I thought about writing a blog post about it, and I go, I'm thinking, am I writing a blog post about like texting and driving?
Some liability with that one, buddy.
Yeah, I know. But I will tell you the best thing about doing this, because I've seen other people's photos, especially some people with some big Canon DSLRs. It's this image stabilization. They always say, how do you get yours or not? I said, well, it's within the camera, man. I mean, that is it. You've got to get you got a lot of waste when you're on your bike and you're shooting. But this one here, I said, oh my gosh, and this is like 1 second, that you're driving. And I saw the Rensen over here in the left of the pictures, the Ambassador Bridge going over to Canada here. Obviously Detroit skyline, but that beautiful sun. It was just pouring, just like it was at our thing. We rode for a half hour in that, and this is the end of the drive. Man. And we've actually got a bird somewhere in here. And what's neat is this is with the 14 to 42 easy lens. Just that lens is it's just so nice to have on the camera, because when you shut it off, it closes down. That's the best way to have it on the bike, because you don't want it really hanging around and, banging on things. So, the cloud formation in this deal was really, really a cool shot. Really happy with that one while you're driving. So here's the next one. And this is the fisheye. I had to bring out the fisheye for this. This is the Pro, the fisheye Pro, though, the 1.8. It was a great night. There's a brand new ballpark. I know you may not be the biggest baseball fan, Jamie, but brand new, this little ballpark, the United Shores Baseball League, and 3 teams. And it's funny, they got real funny names: the Utica Unicorns and the Eastside Hoppers and the Birmingham Beavers. So they play on this field, and we bought about 10 different games and tickets. And you can just take pictures anywhere. That's what I like about it. And of course, this is way in the outfield. But just to give you some perspective of what it's like from out there, is really neat. Now, here's the next one. Again, most of my stuff always seems like it's street or urban. So this being out last Sunday with Jamie was a lot of fun. Again, this is one of those ones where I think I was shooting and I got lucky. It came across. I don't know if this was the father or the mother. after feeding the baby that Jamie was talking about with the woodpeckers inside there, and it took off, and I just got it perfect with the wings flying away, and crisp and sharp. This is actually with the 40 to 150, and with the teleconverter on as well on this one. So it's a nice sharp. And this one was because I was using a lot of digital 2x converter within the camera, and this one I was not actually. This one is one of the ones I wasn't, so it really caught it crisp, I think, on that. A lot of fun there. But I thought I'd throw in 2 quick shots from Puerto Rico already. I took some shots of just these outside markets and outside restaurants, and these are not bananas. I gotta remember what they are.
Plantains.
Thank you. Good job. You can go to Puerto Rico now. But yeah, I was with the guy. He goes, I gotta get a shot of these bananas. He goes, those aren't bananas, man. I said, all right, whatever. But with the girl in the background, it's very ethnic restaurant there, and that this is out on the beach. It's crazy. We're in a hotel on a beach. Obviously, it's a decent hotel, but just down the beach, both sides, there's old abandoned hotels. And wow. Look at this with the backside of these hotels, right below this guy's face here. This is all beach going out to the ocean, but this goes for miles and miles. These just, some of it's graffiti, but a lot of it is obviously statements. I'm not sure who this is.
Well, everybody should follow that guy.
Yeah.
Since he put his Twitter handle up there.
Yeah, I know. That's an awesome shot. I mean, an awesome, graffiti or whatever you want to call it, wall art. And I don't know what was going on above his head here. I just picked that up this morning. I said, what is that? Yeah, up and down the entire beach. And these are all abandoned. It looks like they're redoing them, though. But it's really interesting. I am not going to go into any of these abandoned places. Not in Puerto Rico. I'm not that crazy.
So just so you know, follow Jubinski because he looks like actually a really good artist.
Oh, did you?
I'm looking him up on Twitter right now.
Are you? Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
There you go. Well, yeah, we just got him some.
Tell him Mirrorless Minutes sent you.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, the guys at Mirrorless Minutes are featuring your work. Yeah. I got to see if I can find some more now tomorrow, because tomorrow hopefully we'll get some time to go into San Juan, old San Juan, where we've got the old churches and the forts and all that. That should be pretty sharp.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what I can see tomorrow. Hopefully the weather stays good. It's been really rainy here today, which it never rains, they tell me, except when I got here. So now I've really got this feeling that it might be true that when you and I do an event, or if I'm going somewhere, it rains.
Right. That's just it's our luck, I guess.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. No big deal.
So I guess that's probably like the end of the 30-minute mark. If you've got some kind of news or tech or anything like that you want to share, we could do that.
No, not really. I mean, I wanted to show everybody my big kit that I carried.
Right.
That it can go into the carry-on, and because I don't want to check any bags, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no kidding, without a doubt.
And get it in and run and go. And I mean, I've already done live composite tonight. It's clearing up a little tonight. I'm going to see if I can do some star trails.
Cool.
From down on the beach. And tomorrow morning the sun rises at 5:40 here, so I gotta get motivated to see if I want to go out. There's a nice patch of rocks that I could get with the ocean in the foreground there. So we'll see how motivated I am to get up.
Yep. Intentions are always high.
Before I have to start my long day of work.
Right. Yeah. No kidding. So I guess before we wrap it up, I'll just mention to everybody again, there's one spot left on the Philly workshop. It's probably one of the most affordable workshops you're going to be able to attend anywhere. We're selling ourselves short, but it's cool because we're at least offering it out to people. We just want to have people there to have some fun. Yeah. And like like Mike said, I'm not sure exactly what is open and available and everything with out of Chicago. And I know it's only like 2 weeks away, but if you can make it, it's probably the coolest photography conference in the country right now. There's nothing like it actually in the country. So
Yeah, and the people that they've got coming, besides you and I.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, it really is. But the best thing is too is you get to shoot with them.
Right.
It's not just about sitting in a class at any.
Yeah. It's not like you've got an instructor sitting in front of you, and then when they're done, they leave. It's usually when they're done, you go up and you talk to them, and you socialize with them. You'll see them out in the halls and the lobby area of the conference center. You'll see them in the streets all over the place shooting, and the opportunities to interact on a much more relaxed level and atmosphere they abound there. So
yeah, exactly. So all right. Well, you got to go finish your birthday celebration.
My wife made a ridiculous lemon and strawberry cake. Oh my God, that woman's gonna kill me with her baking. It's so good. It's all right. I'll die with a smile on my face and probably an insulin syringe in my arm. Good Lord. I mean, I'm gonna have diabetes, but it's good. So I guess we'll see everybody in 2 weeks, which will put us like one day before Mike and I are heading to Chicago. So stay safe down there, Mike. We're looking forward to your picture.
All right, man. See you, everybody. Take it easy.